all perceived limitations ultimately require some form of death or a piercing of your superficially created persona that you put up. They can really only happen through destruction. And I learned that from the nature of the work I'm in, but also just from experience, these unconscious rules we place on ourselves. I used to put this limitation on myself where it would be like, if I sold a deal in a given day, I don't know why, I would just think it would be harder to find another deal, right? Because I'd be like, there's no way two people would want to buy from me in the same day. It just makes no sense. But what I noticed was that the world, and you can take this example and like extrapolate it. The world is simply like a mirror of what you feed it with your thoughts and your actions. So if I, in that example, thought that there's no way two people would want to buy, it would become a loop, it would become a story I tell myself. So I'd go meet a potential client or customer, and ultimately what happens is I begin looking for things that justify the story I tell myself. So if a customer would tell me, no, I'm not interested, or whatever it may be, I would just kind of shirk and fall away from that customer. Whereas now that I've been able to successfully navigate and really see that the story I tell myself is more important than the circumstances I'm placed in. And so, what I mean by that is, if I'm placed in a specific circumstance, time and space are still going to move through me, and I'm still going to move through them. But the story I place behind the action as to why I'm taking a specific action matters just as much, if not more, than the actual act of doing the thing. Because what that looks like is I start looking for opportunities to sell to. The only thing that's relevant is the story you've placed on the current subset of circumstances in your life. Because that gives you an opportunity to respond more clearly and more effectively. In a more open, integrated, and still calm way. It's almost like a form of surrender.